Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RSR Video Email Bag Show. Now here's the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing, your host, Bad Brad Berkwit. Forget about it.
Hey folks, welcome to another RSR Video Email Bag Show. I am Bad Brad Berkwit, and that was Prince. And hopefully when I load this up on YouTube, I try to play just a short snippet because I know how tight they were with his music on there, and I'm not trying to make money off of it. I was trying to celebrate his great body of music. But what I would like to do before I get into the show tonight, I have to take a few moments and I have to do a tribute to Prince. As you see, I'm wearing my Prince t-shirt. Went saw him in 2004 at the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. for the musicology tour. And of course, everybody that was a fan of his is still mourning and they're sad with his recent death last week at the young age of 57. I want to make a few points before I get into your questions tonight. Let's start out like this. First of all, you see a lot of people on Facebook that can't understand how fans can mourn the loss of Prince when there's soldiers dying and there's other people dying. And that's true. That's absolutely true. But what they don't understand is this. And I'm a military man myself, retired, and I've lost brothers in arms. But here's the thing. You mourn for the loss of anybody, whether they're 57, 67, or 97. We always mourn the death of someone that's touched us in life. Now, death is a part of life, and unfortunately, we're all going to meet our maker one day, whatever your beliefs are. So, when it comes to Prince, for me, he was my childhood. He was part of my childhood, or a big part of my childhood, I should say. Okay, in 1982, I was 14 years old. Now, I knew of him before, but 1999 is what put him on the map, even though his other albums did pretty well, and I knew about those. That's when I really became aware of him. I lived in Pontiac, Michigan with my grandmother. 1999, Little Red Corvette, all those great songs that he did that were on MTV, huge part of my childhood. I used to walk around with a boombox, believe it or not, and we would crank out Prince. So fast forward all these years later, he makes a name for himself. He's an icon in the music industry, no different than Frank Sinatra, and everybody knows how I feel about Frank Sinatra. No, I'm not comparing them. What I'm saying is in their genre of music. They're legends. They're icons. They'll never be duplicated. There'll never be another Sinatra. There'll never be another Prince. Okay, now, I put up a great meme on my Facebook page and it talked about in 37 years, there was no scandals. There was no out-of-court settlements. There were not so many different things that you never heard about Prince. And yeah, he was a private person, but he gave us his music. And thank goodness that he left that body of music behind because like Sinatra and so many other great artists that pass on, they leave their body of work and will always have that. But I'm touched and I'm moved at the loss of Prince. Okay, I never broke bread with the man. Like I said, I saw him in concert. I was a big fan of his music since almost day one. Like I said, 1999 is what really put me into the thing, but even before that in the late 70s. So, like I said, I want to do a tribute before I went into the RSR Video Email Bag Show because I think Prince deserves it. And I'm going to end like this as far as the tribute. God rest your soul, Prince. I know that you were at peace with your maker, and I know how you felt about your privacy, and I know how you felt about your fans, and I definitely understand how you felt about being a perfectionist towards your music because I'm a perfectionist towards what I do. Okay? So rest in peace. And I'm going to end like this. British royalty has kings and queens, but the United States of America, we only have one Prince. God rest your soul, Prince. And to all the people out there mourning his loss, I send my deepest condolences to you. I understand. Continue to check us out. We're going to cover as much Prince as we can get out there, information, the right information, disseminate to the readers. I know a lot of people ask me on Facebook questions because they see the coverage on Newsbreaker. So I'll continue to give you as much coverage as I possibly can. All right. Now, Prince would say the show must go on. So, folks, let me throw you a forget about it and get you back into the mood. Now, into your questions. First question is, Bad Brad, great show yesterday and totally agree with you on Roman Gonzalez needing some big fights before they make him pound for pound number one. I wanted to ask you, who do you have in Berto versus Ortiz 2? I'm leaning towards Ortiz because of his power. Thanks, Glenn J. from Washington, D.C. Well, Glenn J. from Washington, D.C., my old stomping grounds. Well, I got to be honest with you, I really don't have too much interest in this fight. I'll watch it because it's not on pay-per-view, but I feel both of them are long in the tooth. They're past their prime. Berto did nothing against Mayweather, and we know what happened to Ortiz with Mayweather. But forget that fight. Luis Collazo knocked him out, what, a year ago, year and a half ago? Maybe it's been 2 years now. I can't. It might be almost 2 years. I don't think he has anything left. But if you're going to put me on the spot to make a prediction of a fight that I really have no interest in, I'm going to go with Victor Ortiz by either late round stoppage or decision. All right, Glenn? Is the answer to your question. Next question. Bad Brad, nice new look with the show. I crapped it. I crapped. He didn't even say that. I can't get it out. I crapped. Forget about it. There you go. That should be a blooper, right? But hey, I don't pull no punches. I leave that in. He didn't say crapped. I said crap. All right. I cracked. There you go. Up on your book ad in my Aunt Doug Debbie's part. I know Aaron Pryor is your number one favorite fighter of all time, but do you really think he could have beaten Mayweather when he was a beast as Pretty Boy? Jake A. from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Well, Jake A., you didn't crap, buddy. I crapped out and saying what you said in your question. Forget about it. All right, folks. A little bit of humor. Hey, even if it's geared towards me, my father told me a long time ago, if you can't laugh at yourself, forget about it. All right, so you want to know, could Aaron Pryor beat, in my opinion, could he beat Pretty Boy Floyd? Now, you've heard me say many times that when Floyd was Pretty Boy before he became Money Mayweather, and as I call him, Make It Rain Mayweather, he was a beast in there. Destroyed in his prime Diego Corrales. What a fight that was. Now, do I think Aaron Pryor would beat him? I do. I don't think Floyd, with his great defense, could keep up with the pressure that Aaron would bring. And let's make it 15 rounds. Let's make it fair. Forget about it. So it's going to be a 15-round fight. I actually think that Aaron has a chance of stopping him in the late rounds. But if not, I don't think that Floyd... I think Floyd will win some rounds, yes. And he may even start out the gate winning a couple rounds. But I think overall, Pryor either stops him late rounds or takes a hard-fought, unanimous decision. I almost want to score as a 12-round because I'm so used to it. Unanimous 15-round decision against Floyd. All right, folks. On that note, we're going to take a short commercial break. Hey, folks, this is Bad Brad Berkowitz, the host of the RSR Video Email Bag Show. Forget about it. And I want to talk to you about an exciting opportunity to advertise or sponsor on my show. If you're interested, send serious business inquiries to Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Again, that's Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Forget about it.
Excuse me?
What?
Aren't we supposed to be doing a shoot for your book ad?
Yeah, but I'm reading right now. I'm reading an interview in my book with James Quick Tillis. And I tell you what, I didn't realize I did a heck of an interview.
And
I guess we do need to do this book ad.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, here's the book. Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Me. Forget about it. All right, there it is on the back. Okay, and on the front. Now, how do you order this book? You go to authorhouse.com and you'll pick it up wholesale. You'll save a few fazools. Forget about it. But if you want to go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, you can do that too. You're just going to pay retail that way. Now, for all the folks that ask me, yes, I will take this book here if you mail it to me and cover postage and handling to Tulsa and to wherever you live in the world. I will personally autograph your book. Again, boxing reviews of a lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad Brad out. We're now back with the RSR Video Email Bag Show. And I am your host, the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it, Bad Brad Berkeley. Now let's finish up the rest of the questions. Next question. Bad Brad, gefilte fish. Oh, I already know who this is, folks. Gefilte fish is right. Your forget about it is tight. And I want to plant a wet kiss on your lips tonight. Oy vey, my sugar, and I know who you are. Let's go on. Yes, I know you know who this is. Your favorite Meshuggah viewer. Did I not say Meshuggah? Dad says hi, and as usual, liked the show last night. He loves French cuff shirts and saw you wearing your pink shirt in the ad that you did with Debbie. Sexy man you be. Oy vey. Okay, here's my boxing question. I saw a video of a last-minute knockout with John Tate and Mike Weaver. How sad that he was winning the fight, and in the last round with seconds left, he got knocked out by Weaver. How do you think Tate would fare today in boxing? Hugs and kisses, Janice from the Bronx. Janice, my blue Jew, well, the best to you, darling, and your father. Thank you for the compliments. I'm a big fan of French cuffs. I love wearing those type of shirts, and believe it or not, folks, they were made by Donald Trump, and I'm sure they were made in China. But Donald, I don't know if you'll admit that. All right, so you want to know about Big John Tate. I enjoyed Big John Tate. I actually saw that fight live. It was, I think, a triple header. It was 3 or 4 fights that night when it was on ABC boxing at nighttime. Okay, now, Tate was a bronze medal winner in the 76 Olympics, and he could fight. His chin was questionable, and his training methods were questionable, unfortunately, and a drug problem. Now, how do I think he would fare today? I actually think he'd fare pretty well. And if he didn't have the drug problem, obviously, and if he took training much more seriously, I think he'd do pretty doggone good. He might capture one of the titles. Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to say might. He would. Now, how would he do against Vlad Klitschko and those guys? It's hard to say. But the lesser guys, I think he'd absolutely beat them. All right, last question of the night. Bad Brad. I see Anthony Joshua is signed to defend his title in June against Dominic Breazeale. Do you give him any chance against Joshua? Tom R. from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Well, Tom R., welcome to the show. Bartlesville is one of my favorite towns in Oklahoma. Forget about it. I don't give him much shot against Anthony Joshua. Breazeale, however you say his name, really hasn't fought anybody. His last fight was Amir Mansour, but here's the thing. Yeah, he stopped him. But if you look at his record, Billy Zumbrum, I mean, that's who was on there. He hasn't fought anybody. Now, I'm not going to say Anthony Joshua's fought world beaters, but he's got a better amateur pedigree than Dominic does. And I'm going to go with the knockout. I'm going to make it early in this one, folks. I'm going to say 3 rounds. Anthony Joshua stops him. But, hey, he's an undefeated fighter, so you always give this guy a chance. And let's see what happens. I don't know where they're fighting. Maybe in the O2. I don't know. I didn't look that up yet. I just saw that they actually made the match. All right, folks. That's another RSR Video Email Bag Show in the can. Forget about it. And as Frank Sinatra sang so eloquently, so long ago, the best is yet to come. Bad Brad out.